tonight there will be. I had to go live on my phone, which I really don't like to do. Um, so I did message the guy that's with the internet company, but I mean there ain't much he can do. Thor, you leave him alone. So hopefully you guys see to get on. I appreciate it. The guy from the internet company is trying to message me right now, but it's kind of useless at this point. Even if he does fix it, I'm not gonna sit here and wait for that. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Like I said, it happens. I've my internet signal. Even though I talked to the owner of the internet company, they tried to tell me that they were gonna fix things and it was gonna get better, but it's really not. So hey, Bill. Yep, I'm on the phone now, man. So get ready for a bunch of spammers. I'm just warning you guys now. There's gonna be a bunch of them. Hey again, Dan. How you doing? Hey Richard, yeah, I'll warn you guys now, and I'll tell you why. We will have a bunch of stupid spammers on here that got nothing better to do, and the reason behind that is I had to go live, which I'd rather not do. I'm usually on the laptop. When you go live on your phone, it instantly puts you into YouTube Shorts. So you got these bored people out there watching the shorts. I'm one of them sometimes, but these people watching the shorts, I'll pop up in their feed, and some of these bored people want to talk smack and act big and bad. So there will be some idiots on here tonight. I guarantee it. Good. Glad you're doing good, Dan. Sorry about freezing up, guys. Like I said, it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I pay a lot of money for my internet, and it sucks. It does. So, and there's no reason behind that. It's not storming. I mean, it's hot as hell, but that's about it. So, yeah, there's really no reason. But if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate that. It helps out the channel a whole lot. Okay, thank you, sis. Yeah, I'm on the phone now, so hey, how you doing, my T Fine Camp? See, that's the only plus side to this, guys, is I get new people on here watching. I appreciate you, my T Fine Camp. When I'm live on my mobile like this, it does put me out to more people, so that's the only good part about it. Hey, John, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey there, Neil. Hey, Jim. I had to go live on the phone, Jim, just because my internet here sucks. Which it shouldn't. They were supposed to have fixed it all, but round bales easier than squares. Oh God, no bales. And man, baling right now. We were just before I froze. I said how much I hate roofing and concrete in the heat, but yeah, baling hay is another one. I'm itchy just thinking about it. Hey there, James. Yeah, I know you've been talking about that. I just don't know, sis. I looked into it. I don't know if it's something I could do. Hey there, Dave. Back again. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Ian. Glad to see you guys on here. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. The thumbs up does help, even though it seems silly. It does help. I do have. You just filled the barn. Holy crap. I do have something here tonight that I wanted to talk about. I will not be doing any auctions tonight. I don't have anything to auction off anyways, but it's just miserable and hot. My dogs are even laying around. I even have a sick kitten here in the house I'm taking care of, so it's just kind of a mess right now. I seen somebody before all the rain cut a whole bunch of fields, and Rick knows what I'm talking about. He's seen them too, and I was thinking, man, that seems like a horrible idea because it was right before the rain and it got totally soaked. I mean, maybe they can roll it around and dry it out, but it just seems like I wouldn't have done it. Hey there, Dan. 11 inches. Wow. Now, was it a bluegill or was it because the hybrid sunfish looks a lot like a bluegill. It's a bluegill mixed with a sunfish because I got an 11-inch hybrid sunfish one time. So, but was it a bluegill or that? Because I've had people send me pictures before of bluegills that are that big and it ends up being hybrid sunfish. Or I've even had people send me pictures of red ears before that are, they think are bluegills, but 11 inches, that's a beast. That's what I got up there on the wall. Kicked out for a minute. No, I don't think you missed anything, buddy. Yeah, I would put it on the wall too. For sure. Any panfish around that size is wall worthy. Awesome, very good, Dan. That's cool, man. Never caught one over 10. Man, I'll tell you, there are a lot of them in Michigan. I get a lot of 10 pluses every year, but nothing bigger than 11. Hey there, Bryson. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I know you can't throw round bales. Yeah. Yeah, the round bales are a little better, but good. Glad you're doing good, buddy. Glad you're doing good. I do have a whole bunch of videos lined up, guys. I just want to let you know this. I am right now uploaded into towards the end, actually, of July. So it's kind of nice because then for days like this where it's just way too hot to be out there doing anything, it makes it nice. Who's your grandpa, Bryson? I do know a lot of people. I might know your grandpa. But I do want to say this too, guys. I've been out doing my karaoke thing. You guys know how much I like to sing. And I did have another person the other day come up to me with a band asking if, or telling me I could join whenever I wanted if they were singing and stuff. So it's really cool. I do love to sing. I'm looking forward to doing Iosco Idol this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. Yep. I know Don. Absolutely. That's cool, man. Yep. Good family there. Hey, there you go. Very nice. It's always fun, man. Top water is hard to beat. Hey, Andrew. How you doing, buddy? Lots of 8.5-inch gills and pumpkin seeds. Yeah, to me, those are like the perfect eater size there. Maybe. I didn't think of that, Barry. Probably, though. Don't watching fishing channel for a lot. Do you watch? I'm not sure what you meant there, Bryson. Ticks are loving this heat. Actually, normally the ticks, this is actually good for ticks. The ticks usually, and that's why like middle of summer, they start disappearing. I mean, they don't go away for good. I mean, they don't go away for good till the winter time. But yeah, the ticks should be getting less and less as we get hot. I mean, the rain helps them out, but I know. Yeah, it is cool, John. It's really cool. And last night I was singing, and it's wild. I can change my voice up a lot. Like when I sing a lot of different songs. I have over 100 songs, close to 200 now, that I can do in karaoke, and I blow people away when I get up there because I can do. I mean, I've had people tell me I sound just like the radio. I mean, yeah, I love it. I love doing that just as much as I do fishing and stuff. Mostly catch pike and bass. I have a lot of those videos out, Bryson. Yeah, it's been a bad year for ticks for sure. Oh, I got ya. Yeah, pike fishing's fun. Oh, is that out? Did that come out today, Rick? Thanks for that. So, yeah, make sure if you guys applied for your bear or elk permits this year, or both, whatever it is, make sure you check because I'm guessing that's. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, thanks, Rick. So tomorrow, I guess, is the day that we find out if we got them. So, can you? Is it through email or is it on the app? I would assume because I bought mine on the app that it would tell me through there, but I'm not sure. Not sure how that goes. One thing I did bring up today, guys, to show off, and I've done it many, many times, but I have reason behind bringing it up tonight. I brought up this is the Michigan Sportsman's Connection books. I own them for every section of the state. I even have them I've got them for the UP. I've got them for Wisconsin. I tried, that kitten is on top of Gemma. She don't know what to do. I was like, what the heck's rubbing my leg? But yeah, guys, I wanted to show you this because I am trying to plan out camping trips, and I feel like these books are probably your best way to not only plan out a spot, a comfortable spot to camp, but also to find good fishing spots. Because what I love about these books, if you've never looked in them before, they have the stocking data of, each lake, as well as when they do their net tests. Like, for instance, this all right here, it's probably a net. Let's see. Yeah, this one was an auger, so they were fishing and probably netting too. But a lot of them, they're using the DNR goes out, or Fish and Wildlife Service, and they use their nets to trap and find out kind of an idea of how the species are doing in each lake. So it's really nice because this book, you can go through and actually find out the average size of most fish in that lake. It does change because obviously some of these, like this one was done in 2009, so you got to figure that's a little ways away right there. So a lot can happen. You know, a lake could have dried up, could have had winter kill, could have got fished out by people. You just never know. So it's always taking a chance. However, it does help you out a lot because it gives you all the Navionics depths and stuff in there, so you can check out find out exactly how deep lakes are. Because personally, I like to find lakes that are shallower. It's easier to get on the fish when they are shallower. Really, Lisa, I'm surprised because last year I was actually they were kind of a pro staff thing. So I'm surprised. I didn't know that because I know they've still got a couple other books I've seen at Walmart, but man, if they're going out of business, guys, I recommend buying them all. I'm going to tell you right now, buy them all. Get them while you can because, yeah, if they went out of business, I'm going to be jumping online and buying them for other states because they have them for several states. They have them for all over. What I love about them is they do cut the states into chunks. So, you know, that allows put more lakes from this section in that book. Now you can get them for like southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest, central, and then the UP. So there are a lot of different lakes that they put in. They put river data too as well at the end of these books. So, oh, okay, yeah, I've got the guy that helps me with my internet's been texting me, but obviously I can't text him on the phone. So he'll figure it out. He asked if he could restart my router. Hopefully he did because. I mean, it ain't going to matter now. I can't get on the laptop, but damn, you can't get any more. That sucks. That sucks, Lisa. Yeah, definitely get the ones for the UP, Bill. They are very cool. They are very cool, man. And I love going through it all because, like I said, I mean, it shows you the depth charts, which is, in my opinion, the depth charts is probably the best thing about these books. Because, you know, for instance, you might be looking for a lake that you think would be fun to fish, and then you find out most of it's like 80 foot deep, so it's kind of out of your realm for what you're trying to fish. But then there's a lot of lakes like this White Lake out there where, you know, the main depth is, you know, it reaches like a high of 28 feet, you know, and most of the lake is shallow. I like going through these books and figuring out what lakes are shallower just so I can pinpoint more fish. Yours is my area. Yep, I have that too. It's funny though, my area book, I have scribbles in all over. I've got paper stuck in, like sticky notes in it, and Mid-Michigan there. Okay. Just got yours last year. They are so worth it. But, you know, like I said, I scribble in mine. You know, for instance, if I get a chance to go and camp at some of these lakes, which I really hope to. Right now, the car is broke down again, guys. So bear with me. It's always something, but I'm really dying to go fishing. This one is the Southeast Michigan book, which, another thing too, it shows you in the front of it what counties these lakes, and you can see right there how many books there are for the state of Michigan. The UP split up into 2 books, and then you've got the, looks like 5 books for Lower Peninsula. But like this one here, for instance, it's Clinton, Shiawassee, Genesee, Lapeer, St. Clair, Ingham, Livingston, Oakland, Macomb, Jackson, Washtenaw, Wayne, Hillsdale, Lenawee, and Monroe. So you get all those different counties, and it's just really cool because, you know, like I said, it shows a lot of the lakes. It won't show all the lakes, but it shows a lot of them. Oh, I bet, Barry. I bet. It is really hard to beat frogs, man. Really, really hard. It is such a riot. Hey, Brent, how you doing, buddy? The car right now, Bill, it's actually, I guess, an easy fix, but I don't know how to do it. I'm waiting. The guy that has the horses here said he was going to fix it for me, so I'm waiting. But it's the brake, what do you call it? The brake hose, the part that goes from the caliper up into the brake line, I guess, because right now, like today even, okay, it must be a heat thing, because today I tried driving up to the store to get some ice cream for this hot day, and my caliper froze up. It has been it has been freezing up a lot on me lately, so I don't dare go anywhere right now. I've been trying to stay in my county, even because I'm afraid that the car, because if I drive it too much and that thing freezes up, it's already burning up the brake pads that I just put on the dang thing. But if I keep it up, it could freeze up all the way and break other things too. So Bought a package last week, still have not got it. What package? What are you talking about there, Richard? Oh man, bass fever, yeah. I've been having a riot. Well, you just seen that new video. Like I said, I'm gonna say this again, guys. If you become a member of the channel, it's super cheap. I think it's like, but if you become a member of this channel, you can actually, when you become a member of this channel, you can actually see all the videos the day that I post them. Right now, her name was that man. Oh, I got you, Richard. I got you. So I don't know who you're trying to say ordered it. I did ship out to that person that went by that man, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, in fact, it shipped out a couple days ago, so it should be there any day. But yeah, that's what it is, Dave. It's the hose that goes to the caliper. Now I can't even remember what I'm talking about. See, I get off on that. Well, actually, John, they're brand new calipers. It's all been changed. It's all literally brand new calipers, brand new rotors, all that. I just changed it. I don't know, Rick, what has been a month, maybe 2 months ago? Like, it's all new. There is no reason behind this, but yes, the brake hose is getting messed up. Pull the caliper off, hose clamp. I'm not sure what that means, second floor. You're welcome, Richard. Yeah, it's on its way. I can't remember the name of the lady. Yes, I did send that stuff out. In fact, the only people that I haven't sent yet, I don't know if you're on here, but Dan Whitford, I've still got his box right here. It's super heavy. I got to get that thing out tomorrow. And then Bill Verheiden, I just got his money in the mail yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So, yeah, that'll go off. Also, you could pinch it off. It's the front. It's the front brake. Front driver's side brake. Yeah, and with the front brakes are the main brakes on the car, so I really have to get this thing fixed. I don't want to half-ass it. Sorry about my language. I don't want to half-ass it and then risk ruining the car even more than it is. So yeah, I definitely got to get it. Hi, Katie. How you doing tonight, buddy? It did, yeah. It took a while. That's why I messaged you or commented the other day about it, asking if it went out because I wasn't sure. But and I assumed it was going to be a check, but I thank you for sending cash because it worked out great yesterday, being able to get the cash on a Saturday when I couldn't, because it was like 2 o'clock. The banks were closed and all that stuff too. So, hey there, Terry. Actually, it's funny you should say that. I'm gonna say, and it's not in here. I'm just gonna use the box. My hot lure of the week is actually the Lunker Hunt Ferenzi mouse. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I did a video of this recently, and snail. The video, and I know what I'm talking about now. I lost you guys a little bit ago because Robert was asking some questions on here, but yeah, the mouse is a good lure. But anyways, if you become a member on the channel, it's super cheap. You become a member, you can actually see all the videos as I post them. Right now, like the video you just seen of me catching walleye, that's from last month. Okay, my videos are literally backed up. I have videos going almost to the end of July right now. But if you become a member of the channel, you can actually watch these videos the day that I post them. For instance, I just posted a Ferenzi mouse video tonight. So it's on there, but it ain't going to be, unless you're a member, you won't see it until, towards the end of July. But I will say this Ferenzi mouse by Lunker Hunt, it's affordable. I think it's like $10.99. Now, the best part about this thing is, you guys see me use the live target mouse. They tear, okay? I caught 26 bass the one day before it got totally ruined, but they do get ruined. I've used this a lot so far and caught some giant bass, and they have not even made a tear in it. The first one of these that I bought, all that happened was the tail got pulled out of it. I could probably make a new tail, so nothing too bad about that. But these Ferenzi mice, what I love about them is they've got some very cool colors. I have 4 brand new ones coming right now, and Max is trying to watch on the other live, I think, right now. But I just ordered some new colors. They actually have a chipmunk Ferenzi mouse and a red squirrel, which I thought was very cool. So I ordered those. They also have a bubble gum. They've got chartreuse. I think I got the bubble gum coming. It's a bright pink mouse. Definitely not realistic at all, but it should look good. But yes, it's a very fat mouse. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to work that good because on another video, I tried it on Alcona Pond and I was missing the bass. But I'll tell you, I learned what to do. When you're using, for instance, the live target field mouse, it's a thin, slender mouse. They can swallow that instantly. I mean, if they jump at it, you really don't even have to wait for them to take it. With this being a fat mouse, yeah, I mean, it's literally chunky. I give them an extra second. I mean, you ain't got to wait long, but don't, the worst problem people have with topwater lures is as soon as a fish explodes on it, they set the hook. I mean, instantly. And I get it. That's your nerves. That's your, you are literally ready to set the hook. And until you have to time it. That's the big thing. Everybody messes up. I even did for the longest time, but you got to time it. When that mouse gets pulled under, it's always best too if you can see that it was literally taken. But when it gets pulled under, I count in my head to at least 3. I'll give it like a 3 count and then slam that hook. And I really mean it. Set the hook hard because these topwater lures, they're made for that. They have to squish, and I'll tell you, that's why you see these pro guys really hammering the hook in it. I used to make fun of people doing it, but I'm telling you, that is what needs to be done on these topwater lures. Hey, Max, sorry I couldn't message you, dude. I did get your message, but you were commenting on the video I was froze on, so. Bill, the clip to hold the hose to the frame can be a pain. When I get to talking, I miss things. Thanks, John. Yeah, the walleye fishing, man, it's a riot. It's definitely one of my favorite things, especially off that dock. Like I said a minute ago, guys, I already did redo everything. The only thing that wasn't redone was that stupid, it's just the brake, they call it the brake hose. It's the one that connects to the caliper and runs onto your brake line. That's giving me problems. At least I hope that's the problem, because right now the caliper will randomly seize up on me. It's not the brake fluid that's full. The caliper's brand new. The brakes are new. At least they were. They're all ground down now from this damn thing sticking. So it's been causing a problem though. But yeah, chipmunk. It's cool. Really cool, man. As soon as I get these in the mail, I should be getting them here soon. So I'm hoping next weekend I'll be able to show you guys all these new Ferenzi mouse. Now, in the new video that I just made, it actually sucks because I was calling this the For Real mouse for the longest time, but I do post a link in there calling it the right thing. And what's neat too about these mice, they come with almost like a scratch and sniff, but it's a touch me thing so you can feel it, because the reason they call these Ferenzi is because it's actually got the feel of real fur. Gemma, don't lay on that kitten. Come here. Oh. He's running all over. But it has the real fur feel to it, which is really nice. 10 push-ups. Oh, geez. Hey, Sean. I'll tell you, Sean, I understand. I hate doing, I work on my car a lot, especially when it comes to brakes. I don't like to do that myself because it costs too much to have done by anybody else. But I'll tell you, I bust my hands and everything else every single time I work on a car. I know now why my dad used to swear so much when he did them. Not that I've heard of, Terry. I'm going to be honest, man, and I tell people this every year. Hubbard Lake, in my opinion, it's my least favorite lake up here, by far. Least favorite lake in the state, to be honest. I mean, I think they need to do some real stocking work in there. Obviously, there's fish in there, but not as many as people think. And as far as the tube goes, this time of year, it's probably all overgrown. When the weeds start growing in there, it gets really, really thick. And at that point, I mean, you can't cast lures or nothing. It's kind of pointless. So, thank you. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I see there's 47 watching and only 31 thumbs up, so I appreciate it. I did get a daytime limit, but like I said, guys, if you haven't already become a member of the channel, that walleye video was from like last month. So my videos are backed up, guys. If you're not a member, you're gonna be waiting to see videos that might have been a month or two ago. I mean, I will probably, because I'm getting so far backed up, if I can start gaining more good content, especially if I can get out camping, I'll start posting an extra video a week so I can catch up with everybody, because I don't far off with them, but yeah, no, I got that, but yeah, pulling towards me, I still always, because especially working on the brakes, you're under the wheel well and everything else, so when you do slip, which it happens, or I mean, I've had the bolts get stripped before. Some of them are already stripped when I got the car, but you go to pull and it slips and you just slam your knuckles, and I hate it. I hate it. Oh man. Yeah, yeah, that kind of stuff sucks. I can't imagine. It's terrible. Like the wheel bearings. If you ask me, a lot of times, I mean, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's extremely hard. I mean, I've had it before where I've sat there with a hammer for over an hour trying to knock that thing out. I hate doing wheel bearings. I really do. Getting that out of there is a pain. Yep, bloody knuckles every time. I never used to understand why my dad was so mad, but I definitely do when I work on the vehicle. But if you didn't hear already, guys, I've been really working hard to try and plan out camping trips around the state, especially down in the southern part of Michigan. I don't have very many videos in the southern part. In fact, I don't have any that are way down south. And I do want to get into some red ear sunfish videos. I will say this, I've had guys up here trying to tell me they're getting red ears, but I'm gonna tell you right now they're not. Just because there's a red ear on a sunfish does not mean it is actually a red ear sunfish. Red ear sunfish are what they call down south a shell cracker, and there is very few up north. I guess there's a couple lakes that have them, but very, very few, and they're only in there if they've been stocked. They are not a natural born Michigan fish. However, downstate, because it's warmer down there. They are a warmer water fish. Shellcrackers are. They have planted a lot of them downstate, and I know this from firsthand fishing down there and stuff. But like Grass Lake, Jackson, all that stuff, Washtenaw County, all that area down there, there are a lot of good red ear lakes, and I want to get some videos coming on that because I have never caught a red ear on my YouTube channel. I would love to get down there. They are one of my favorites to catch. Not only, I mean, sunfish in general fight really hard, but a red ear that's like a sunfish on steroids. They are a lot of fun. Oh, I ain't coming down right now, Max. In fact, I ain't doing nothing until Tuesday, and even then, it's looking like it's supposed to rain. So, hey there, Tony. I might not go to Muskegon because I do have a few videos. I think I got 4 or 5 videos from Muskegon. I'm trying to hit areas that I don't have content on. So, like for I'm really gonna be looking at Jackson, Washtenaw County. All those areas down there because I personally know those lakes. I know a lot of lakes down that way, but I've never had a video on them. So I know if I get down there, I can tear it up and make some really good content. Yeah, it might be Gary. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the brake hose. That's what I've been told too. In the heat, like today, I tried to drive it and it was like instantly seized. It hasn't been that bad lately, but I'm guessing the heat's doing it. So yeah, red ears are great. There's nothing wrong with them at all. And they get big. A lot of people don't realize that. They think, I've had people send me pictures of red ears before saying, hey, I got a big bluegill, because they'll get up to like 12 inches. It is not uncommon for a 12-inch red ear. And, I have people say, oh, look at this pumpkin seed. And I'm like, no, it's not, but nice sunfish. And definitely a big difference. And the reason they call them shell crackers and the reason they stock them in a lot of lakes is because they literally eat shellfish. They will eat the mussels and things like that. That's what I mean, they have a very strong bite. So they plant them in a lot of places to help with mussel control. Oh, geez. Yeah, yep. I haven't got to where I've had to get stitches under there yet, but I've come close. I've busted myself open more times than I can count. There was a lake. I'm trying to think. I think it was this one. And some of you on here might know the lake just because I know some of you are from downstate. Um, yeah, this is the one. I'm really looking into this Lake Ovid. I don't know. This is in Clinton County. This Lake Ovid. I really like the depth chart on this lake. It looks like a very cool lake to fish. Also, it's been stocked heavily with muskies, channel catfish. The numbers of bluegill in there are insane, and they're solid sizes too, which is very cool. Um, oh yeah, they love crawlers for sure. Yep, yep. Them red ears will eat just about anything, but Magician Lake. I don't know if I've ever heard of that one. I will write it down though. I'm always interested in other lakes. And like I said, I've literally been saving all these. I look them up on Google Maps. I find the closest campground, and I've been writing all this stuff down. So, and it's in Bridgman, which I believe isn't Bridgman down there by Jackson. I'm pretty sure it is. Sounds familiar to me. Magician. But yeah, this Lake Ovid that I'm looking at down there in Clinton County. I mean, it's a long drive, but another thing I love about these Sportsman's Connection books, like I said earlier, the DNR and Fish and Wildlife Service, when they do their net testing and other like shock programs on the bodies of water, they list in here what the average sizes were for different fish. Like for instance, black crappie in here is they only caught one in the net that was 0 to 5 inches, but they caught 166 that were between 6 to 8. That right there tells me that there's probably some good fish, especially crappies, in that lake. If they're averaging that size, there's probably some really good ones. I have fished Portage Lake. That's on my list to fish too. I love Jackson County in general for fishing. Again, bluegill in this lake. The 1,613 that were 0 to 5, so that's pretty bad. But 2,107 that were 6 to 8. I do rather find, because I mean it also shows 9 to 11, 12 to 14. They don't have any of that in there, but I like looking through these map books and trying to find lakes that do have giant panfish, because it'll show you. It'll show you that stuff, and like the red ears in this lake, they've got tiger muskie, all that stuff, but yeah, I really like looking at these maps and just trying to find places to stay. Most of them show campgrounds nearby, or it'll at least list it. And they have a lot of information about lakes too. Like every map has a fishing information thing where they literally put on there where all the best spots are to fish on certain lakes and where you can possibly find other species of fish. So I've never done good on just the tails. I've tried it, but Thor's got something stuck to his foot. Wow, that's a big bass. That's a big bass. My biggest, which this was before I was ever able to have, I didn't have a scaled, and it was only like 7 years ago, but I didn't have a scale. I caught a 24-inch largemouth. That is my personal best largemouth, and I hate that I didn't have a scale because I guarantee it was 6+. I mean, it was a big fish. Spell check will get all of us. It gets me all the time. That cat really likes Gemma. He's down there messing with her. But yeah, guys, I'm really trying. I do want to get back up to the UP and fish my muskie spot, but I'm trying to figure out what a good like anti-fly thing could be for my dogs, because I've heard that up there it's actually really bad, especially this time of year for the black flies. And I know even when I was up there last year for the muskie, I'm not gonna lie, I sprayed some of my DEET on the dogs, which I know isn't good, but they were getting eaten alive. I didn't know anything better to do. So wow, that's a big snapper. Oh, I got you. Only use the meat. I just stick to my plastics. It seems a lot easier. Probably not then, James. Peppermint oil. See, that's another thing too, though, is you can't it's not even good to put straight peppermint oil on them. I've looked into that for ticks. Even you literally have to cut it with a bunch of water because it's good for them, and it really messes with their noses. That's all true when you said, but the book doesn't say, and that I've seen about not to eat. No, they don't. At least in most of these lakes, I haven't seen anything. But on the other hand, I don't believe a lot of that do not eat anyways. I really don't. Again, I've said this many times, especially fish in different lakes. The DNR seems to, in the government in general, they don't know any better. Like the PFAS, for instance, they don't really know what it's going to do. And when it comes to that kind of thing, they have to at least put some kind of ground rules out there, or else they're not covering their butt. So I think that's what a lot of it is. I really don't believe it, but scoping or hoping? You talking about live scope? I don't use that if that's what you're talking about. That would have definitely been a giant for sure. Hey there, Jack. How you doing tonight, buddy? Snapper's definitely good to eat. And I know, it's funny. Last year, I really tried hard to get my snapper so I could do a catch and cook. But as soon as the season opened here in Michigan, which I believe is the middle of July, as soon as that opened, I couldn't find any good snappers. Right now, they're all over. I've had them swimming under the kayak just about everywhere I go. But once that season opens, I haven't been able to find any. It's been pretty tough. I will say this, though. We were talking about bass and sizes and stuff like that. Michigan actually has a totally different breed of largemouth bass than they have down south. So that is why, if you watch Florida videos like on Okeechobee and stuff like that, you will see guys getting 10-pound largemouth like it's nothing. I've seen videos where they get several of them in a day. Up here, good luck with that. Yeah, thank you, Fishing Charlie. We have a northern strain up here, and our northern strain is totally different. They do not get that big. They get as long. I mean, they grow just as long, but they do not get as fat. And another reason behind this is the fact that our winters and stuff, down in Florida, those fish are going to be feeding heavy all year long. Their frogs, I highly doubt their frogs go into hibernation like ours do. They're probably out and about all season, so those bass are really feeding up. Up north, our bass have a short period in the fall where they have to feed heavily just to fatten up for winter because they know it's going to be harder to find stuff to eat. So our fish up here will not get as big as they do down in Texas or Florida. They are totally different strains of bass, and it drives me crazy because I hate seeing those giant bass caught so many times on down south, and then I'm not able to do that up here. Last year, if you watch through all my videos, I caught hundreds of bass. I mean, literally hundreds. In one video this year alone, I got 30. I get maybe 1,000 bass a season, but last year the biggest bass I got was 20. I think it was 20 and 3/4, and it was only 4 pounds 10 ounces. I couldn't even break the 10-pound or the 5-pound last year. It's not an easy thing to beat. And another thing too, guys, the state record smallmouth is only 23, and I think it was 23.5 inches, okay, but it was like 9 pounds. Bass only get up to a certain size lengthwise, and then they start getting fat. So you're not going to see like 30-inch or even mid 20-inch smallies. It doesn't happen. They get to a certain size, and then they start blimping out. That's just how it goes. Same with largemouth. You can get, once you hit 20 inches on a largemouth up here, it's really getting close to the max, and then it just starts getting fat. So, well, I'll tell you this, John. I bet you anything and everything you eat out of any lake in the state is going to be better for you than the stuff you get at the store that's got all kinds of medicated crap in it anyway. And they do not warn you about any of that. That all just comes down, probably 30 years down the road, they're going to say, I mean, they're already saying stuff about the dyes, but they're going to come out with some other thing, this causes cancer. Okay, well, guess what? That whatever it was in the water with my fish, it wasn't hurting me like the food in the store. So, that's weird. Yeah, the fall feed is usually insane. That's when they're really fattening up. That's a giant, Richard. I've never seen one that big, but it happens. I mean, the state record smallie was like 9 pounds, 3 ounces or something, or maybe 7 ounces. So it definitely happens. I know. Isn't that crazy, Fishing Charlie? I'm glad you're not the only one that sees this. I mean, yeah, it drives me nuts. And I don't know how many times I've been out on the water and I've had guys come up and go, man, there's so many 10-pound fish in this lake. And I'm like, are you serious right now? It, it's just not happening. I mean, these guys, I think most people have never owned a scale. Oh, yeah, you were the one talking about Mr. Olympus. That's right. It shouldn't still be alive. They don't live. They really don't have a very long shelf life. I think bass usually only live like 15 years tops. Biggest walleye. That's a big walleye. Yep. I've never broken the 10-pound mark. I've come close, but I've never broken that. Exactly, John. Yep. It's cheaper than the store, and honestly, anymore they're putting so much crap in the foods that we get from the store. I mean, everything too. Even candy. You can't even get a candy nowadays without it having a bunch of crap in it. So I do say that everything on the water is far better for you. That's a good fish, Charlie. That's a good fish. I don't care what anybody says. 5 pound, 12 ounce. That's a beast. I mean, the 24 incher that I caught several years back, I'm sure would have been over 6, but I didn't have a scale, so I can't. I can't. A lot of people that have never had a scale, they're just going to guess on a weight. But I mean, over the years too, those guesses get bigger and bigger. That's where fish stories come from. But yeah, I'm glad that I started weighing my fish because honestly, some of these fish that I catch, some of these big 20-inch largemouth, I bet when I was younger I'd be like, dude, that's got to be 6 pounds. But now I'm finding out usually 20 inches is around between 4 and 5. Okay, 20 incher, unless it's extremely fat, like maybe full of eggs, it should not break the 5 pound mark. Now, once you get past 20 inches and get into the 21s or 22s, that's when they start getting into the 5 plus. So, 10 years ago. But if it was that big 10 years ago, James, it takes them 10 years, is from what I've seen, it takes them up to 10 years or more to get to that 20 plus inch size, kind of like a gill. Bluegills, 10-inch bluegills, a lot of them, it takes them up to 10 years to get that big or bigger. So they're very old fish. So if your fish was that big 10 years ago, it'd be 20 now or more. I don't know. I'd be surprised if it was still alive. I do know the state record came out of that lake, but even that, it was 9 pounds, 3 or 9.7, something like that. Hey, McParland, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying cool. It's nasty. Great smallmouth. I've looked at Lake Netty. I've never fished it. I'll put that down as something I should try. Hopefully it's good. I hate when I go to a lake and it's not that good, but I will try. Hey there, Robert. Wixom seemed like a really good lake. I was so bummed when that got messed up. I'm still bummed. I mean, I can't believe it's taken them this long to fix it. I mean, it seemed like they would have that should have been something very important to fix right away, especially due to the fact that it had so many houses and stuff on the water. I mean, those people are really getting screwed. I will, Richard. I'll give it a try. Hopefully it's good. But as far as smallies go, even they say that the west side, the northwest side, and central west side is the best in the state for big smallmouth. So I do want to try that a couple times. I know it's some really deep water over there. I want to get over to Higgins Lake, hopefully sooner than later. I want to get over there and fish for the rock bass. Some people might think it's goofy to go on a trip just to catch rock bass, but not in my mind. I want to try and get giant rock bass. Like ever since they raised the master angler to 12, I have not been able to hit that. And I do hear guys all the time saying they're getting them that big, but I'll tell you, you go through the master angler database online, just type in Michigan master angler database, you can go through every master angler fish that was sent in or entered throughout the years. You'd be surprised how very little are ever 12 or even close. And it's neat to see just how big these fish actually get. Well, I'll have to try that, Mike. I know I didn't like that one lake me and you fished up there. What was that one? It's the one that's like between Grand and Huron. That one kind of sucked. I mean, there were some nice fish, but not very many. Yeah, I know it does. Yeah, and I get it. You know, growing up, my dad he had a pike, and I believed it for the longest time as a kid. But he had a pike on Vanette, and he called Godzilla. In fact, the boat I still have the shell of it out back. I'm hoping to turn it into a garden. But our original boat he named after this pike. Oh my God, that kitten's sleeping on Gemma. He named after this pike Godzilla, and he said, you know, that it was 40 plus, and he was losing it all the time on Vanette. And every time he had a big fish that broke him off, he would say it was Godzilla. And for the longest time, I thought that. But now, after fishing it myself for so many years, I realized that, you know, there are a lot of big pike in there, but I don't know about Godzilla. It was just something my dad made that he stretched out. I hope you do good, Max. I really wish I could join you. I hate that I can't get into tournaments. You know, I need a reliable partner, you know, that can do that kind of stuff, and it's hard to find because I get it. Most people, you know, they're busy working, they can't do that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've been dying to do tournaments for a long time. Caught it by the claw in my finger. Ouch. I hope you do really good, Max. I look forward to seeing the stuff that you get. Wow. I can't check it right now, Barry, because I am actually live on my phone. I can't mess with the phone. The internet wasn't working good on my laptop, so I had to go live on the phone. But I do believe it. Texas, I believe it still stands as the best state in the United States for largemouth bass. All the giants that I have seen come off of come out of Texas. So the wacky worm. Wacky worms are fun. I wish I don't have any with me right now. I put some in my bag the other day, some Z-Man ones. I think they were some. It might have been some that Steve sent me, but I'm excited to give them a try. They are not as big, but obviously they're Z-Man, so they got a Laz-Tech. They can stretch way out. But I do want to try them with the wacky worm setup because wacky worms are great. I do think it's hard to beat a frog, though, especially when you get into these summer temps like this. I mean, those bass are going to be moving. They're going to try to either go deep or they're going to stay in the shallows and be in those pads. Last year, I learned so much fishing the pads as hard as I did. Them giant bass going in the pads is no different than the deer in the summer going in the cornfields. They have no reason to leave. They got all their food right there. They've got protection. Um, They've got, you know, shade, some shade. Not cornfields aren't as good as a lily pad. However, the bass, it's perfect for them. They can hide in there. They can live there all through the season, and you can bet those big bass. They don't like to fight. They don't like to work hard for their food either, and they don't have to. If they're in them pads, so are a whole lot of little fish. That's like the nursery for little fish in those pads, and those fish will be in there, and those bass ain't got to go far to get them. So the big bass, I think, are in them pads. I know, I get it, James. And you know, I wouldn't take any of that back. I mean, I believed it. I firmly believed it because of my dad. So, and it made things funner. You know, it did. So, but I'll tell you what, a friend of mine did get a 46-inch pike. It's the biggest I've ever seen. He got it mounted out of Annetton Lake. He actually lived right on the same road as me, and you know, who knows? That could have been my dad's Godzilla. So. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to beat wacky worms. It really is. As far as top water stuff goes, you know, because that slowly sinks too. So it's to me that's kind of like a top water. It works really good. It's hard to beat for the bass. It's a riot. I can't wait to do it again this season. And like I said, you know, as far as traveling around the state, I'm not being too picky on that. I wish I wasn't live on my phone so I could take a picture of this because that kitten is literally laying on Gemma. That's adorable. She just used her head and knocked it off. Oh my god. See, last year was my first year really getting into the tournament seriously, and I hope I can do it this year some more because it's a lot of fun for sure. Yep, no weight with a wacky worm. Yep, that's the best way to fish it, in my opinion. And you just stick, I mean, basically you're just putting that hook. I like to use circle hooks or octopus hooks when I do it, but you don't need a very big hook. Put it right through the middle of the worm, throw that baby out. Just kind of twitch it back in the length of the worm, you know, sits there and jerks on its way in. So, yeah, I don't have any straight worms here to show you. Hi, baby girl. Is that kitty messing with you? Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Yep. But it made my childhood way better. I mean, without those kind of stories, it would have been boring. Every time we were out fishing, I always had it in my mind that we could get Godzilla on it. It made it better. You know, I was wondering about that, James. My friend, Brains Baits, he makes a snake, but it's like 30-something inches long. I wouldn't try that except for, ow, don't scratch me. I wouldn't try that except for muskie or something, but I do like Max's idea. See, I haven't tried it with a jig head, and that would work good because obviously you're not always in shallow water. The wacky worm really shines when it's in 5 foot or less, or even 10 foot or less, really, with weeds and stuff like that around. But for what he's talking there, like 20 feet out on the Great Lakes or something, or even on a lake, throwing that out on a jig would work really good because as the jig sinks, it's going to slow down the jig too, I would imagine, because it's going to bow out. I do have a couple worms here, but you know, if you've got your hook in the middle of that worm, as it sinks, it's going to sink like this, which will slow it down and probably cause more reaction strikes even on the drop. So I'll have to try that. I've never tried a jig head with the wacky. That's a good idea though. I've tried that. I don't. You're sitting on it, Gemma. I don't like the bands. I don't. I think that's too much work. I have done those before, but I don't like it. It's so much easier to just stick it right through the middle. I mean, if my worm rips, I don't care. And the fact that, like I was talking about a second ago, I'll be using the new Z-Man ones to try it out. Those don't rip at all. So, yeah, those Z-Man ones will hold up. You ain't got to worry about them ripping. Yeah, it seems like it would slow it down and definitely look good on the drop. You should get up here, Max. The bass right now are piled into the Asable. It'd be fun to hit the river with you. All right, good night, Jim. Good night, Rick. It does last longer, but James, the Z-Man products, they don't rip. They basically can't rip. So you don't need an O-ring on something like that. I mean, that's why I love the Z-Man. They're the ones that make that Ned rig. It's called a Laztec, and they can't rip. You can stretch those babies out as far as you want. You're not getting up here again. It's too hot. But you can stretch them out, and they just don't rip. They are great, and I can't wait to use it. I would love that, John. I would. In fact, lately I've been trying to get my first gar. I'm working hard at that because I've got that nice narrow chunk above my mounts up there, and I really want to get a gar up there. I already talked to my taxidermist, and he'll do it. So I got to try and get that first gar out of the way so I can get her up there. It should be really good. Use a split shot. See, I guess because I'm always fishing the super shallow stuff, so I really don't want mine to sink much at all. I'm lucky if mine goes down a foot before something grabs it. All right, guess I'm hopping off, guys. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, try to stay cool. It's gonna be hot the next couple days. I plan on just hiding out in the house with my miserable dogs and this little thing right here. It's not feeling good, so I brought it in. Its eyes are all sealed up, so I bought some special eye wash trying to fix this kitty. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. Love y'all, and I'll chat with you next weekend.